Om Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtam Siktitapasam Paracharam cha Tatputram Vyasam Vedabjabhaskaram Om Viraktam Sri Sukam Devam Jnana Vairagya Rupinam Gaudapadancha Govindam Yogindram Jnaninam Varam Om Tachishyam Shankaracharya Madvaita Stapakam Gurum Tachisyan Padmapadadin Srauta Tatvardha Bodhakan Om Asangananda Gurmadin Asmad Guruvaran Paran Sambhinna Jnana Tamaso Vande Jnana Pradayunaha Om Sri Narayana Gurmadhyam Shivalingarya Madhyamam Asangananda Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Harihi Om Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Om Sri Matre Namaha Priyatma Bandhulara. So far we had about 69 Zoom sessions discussing various things on Bhagavad Gita. I gave complete discourse of Bhagavad Gita sloka by sloka, all the 18 chapters in Telugu, then followed by the, Bhagavad Gita, use of Bhagavad Gita in daily life, that is Nithya Jivitham Bhagavad Gita. Then I started giving you in English. We have completed question answer sessions covering the entire Bhagavad Gita. Various questioners have asked various questions all over the globe, and I tried to clarify to the best of my ability. And from today onwards, we are going to start. Actually, in Hindu philosophy or in Sanatana Dharma, there are what are known as Purusharthas. Purusharthas are four. That is Dharmam, Ardham, Kamam, and Moksham. So in fact, during the Hindu marriage ritual, the Purohit blesses us, both the groom as well as the bride, to have all the four Purusharthas to the fullest extent, and they will work together, they will carry on their life by living as husband and wife for the full lifetime to achieve all the four Purusharthas. Now, these four Purusharthas are Dharmam. Dharmam means the, what do you call, the dictums of the scriptures, Shastram, which says what to do and what not to do. You should never do what is prohibited in Shastram, and you should always comply with what is required to be done. That is Dharmam. Next is Ardham. Ardham means money. Money or wealth or property you should acquire by following the principles of Dharma as prescribed in the Bhagavad Gita. Next, Kamam. Kamam means fulfillment of desire. There are so many desires in life. For many people, desires are of different types. But whatever desire you want to satisfy must be legitimate and according to Dharma, or following the dharmic principles as prescribed in the scriptures or Bhagavad Gita. So that is Kamam. And then if you follow all these three properly, adhering to Dharma, you will attain moksha. Moksha is salvation, liberation, immortality. You will never be reborn again. You will join with God. Joining with God means you will become equivalent to God. That is why the opening sloka in the Bhagavad Gita says, Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre means, if you take the inner meaning of that very first sloka, the opening sloka of the Bhagavad Gita, it says, kshetre kshetre dharmam kuru. That means, in every walk of life, whether you are earning money, whether you are educating yourself, whether you are satisfying your desires, or you are doing whatever it is in life, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well, following the principles of dharma. That is what he says, kshetre kshetre dharmam kuru. So if you do that, Bhagavad Gita is also called Moksha Shastram. Moksha Shastram means through Bhagavad Gita you can attain moksham. Moksha means, as I have already told you, salvation, liberation, immortality, that is joining with God. See, as I explained during the course of the Bhagavad Gita, what all we see in this nature is unreal. It is not real. It is Maya, Brahma, Bhranti, illusion. It is like water in the mirage. In the mirage, water appears to be there, but actually when you go near the mirage, there is no water. Similarly here, except Maya, there is nothing here. If you understand really, except Maya, there is nothing here. Except God, there is nothing here. God has kept Maya. Maya means illusion. So there are two things principally in this. If you are getting involved in Maya, you will dance to the tunes of the nature. Finished. But on the other hand, if you get involved with the God, God will dance to your tunes. He will do dance. So you choose what you want, whether you want to dance to the tunes of Maya or Prakriti or nature, or you want to make God dance as you like. So both are possible, my dear listeners, friends. So I want to say that make God dance to your tunes. When he will dance to your tunes, when you do everything as told by him. Kshetre kshetre dharmam kuru. Do your duty, my dear. He considers all of us as his children. And really we are God's children. There is no doubt about that. Anybody who says that I am not God's child, he is in ignorance. But otherwise we are all children of God, and God, just as parents look after their offspring with utmost care and love and affection, God also looks after us with utmost love and affection. That is why he created all this. See, there are 84 lakhs of creations of God. In these 84 lakhs of creations, 83 lakhs 99,999 lives are, with full of ignorance. They are all within the Maya. But this is the only human life, that is the 84th lakh life, which allows you to get out of Maya if you understand. And Bhagavad Gita opens the road to understand that Maya. So please understand. So just as I told you 4 Purusharthas, now we have dealt with Bhagavad Gita, explaining sloka by sloka. People got various doubts in Bhagavad Gita. We cleared all of them. Now we are going to talk about Purusharthas. And the first Purushartha we will talk about is Ardham. I don't know how many of you have read Niti Chandrika or Panchatantram or Hitopadesam, but there, in my childhood, I learned one thing. There he told, it is in Telugu, he told, Ardhamu Purusharthamulo Pala Uttamamu. That means, Ardhamu, that means money is among the Purusharthas, 4 Purusharthas, I told you, Ardham, Kamam, Dharmam, Moksham. It is the best. Ardhamu Purusharthamulo Pala Uttamamu. Ardhamantuna Kasadhyamu Lokamandedi Yuganam. That means, it is not impossible for anything to do for a person having money or wealth. Ardhavantana kasadhyam ee lokamandedi yuganam. Kavuna, therefore, what one must do? He says, Buddhimantudu jaramaranamulu lenivanivadu vidyadhanamulu gadimpavaranu. That means, a person who is knowledgeable and who is good-natured must earn both money as well as education, as if he had no old age at any time or he had no death approaching him at any time. So, buddhimantudu jaramaranamulu lenivanamulu vidyadhanamulu gadinpavaranu. So, if you do this, you will ultimately attain moksham also. So, with that introduction, now we will start our today's session of how to earn money legitimately. Because we said money makes many things. There is nothing in this world that you can't achieve with the help of money. So, but earning money is not easy. Nobody will give you even 1 rupee unless if you are begging, of course, somebody may give you. But we are not prepared to beg, isn't it? So we want to earn our money. So how to earn money or wealth or property, acquire property, whether it's movable property or immovable property, by legitimate means. That means without violating the rules that are in vogue and without, violating what we call dharmam, the principles of dharma. So somebody is asking here a question. I am a permanent government employee in India. A private company is offering double the package I am getting. Should I leave my government job? This is the question. So, my answer is, I don't think it is advisable to leave the government job at this point of time, just for getting twice the salary of the present amount. We have a long career to go. Next Central Pay Commission, that is 8th CPC, is due for implementation, with effect from 1st January 2026. 9th CPC and 10th CPC would follow in 2036 and 2046. Your salary is likely to get enhanced substantially apart from increasing the gratuity amount payable and superannuation. If you consider the DA compensation once in every 6 months, pay revision once in every 10 years, with central government employees insurance scheme of rupees 50 lakhs for the highest paid Group A employees, health cover for self and family including dependent through CGHS, that is central government health scheme, and other benefits like HBA, house building advance, etc., etc. It does not appear to be rosy proposition to leave the government. Moreover, government would not remove you from the service even if you are physically incapacitated for any reason in future, whereas the private employer would not like to keep you even for a single day longer once you are incapacitated. Think of all these things before taking a final decision to leave the government. Browse through the following links for further details regarding the benefits of being a central government employee. Now, the answer to this is provided in another question. Somebody raised, which is the best government job in India and why? My answer is, Based on your educational qualifications and aptitude, any government job is a good job. But as far as possible, don't go for far off places if you are in a small job, as you will have all India liability to serve. Minimum salary now in central government is 23,000 per month, and maximum salary is 2,50,000 per month. To be a government servant is a privilege. You can serve the people, yet taking monthly salary and getting so many other facilities. I felt and I still feel that it is a privilege to do any government job through which you can serve your country and the people, and while your employer, that is the central government, takes parental care of you as an employee. And that much care you will not get with any other employer. I served government for 37.5 years as a scientist in DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, where Dr. Kalam also worked, and he was our boss. So don't lose opportunity to serve government in case you get it. Now, because of my answer, somebody raised a query. The query was raised by Mr. Manmohan Arora that even if someone raises a frivolous complaint, vigilance action is initiated immediately and all further promotions to the individual in whose case complaint is lodged are held in abeyance till that vigilance case is cleared. Do you still have anything to counter on this point? This was the question he posed to me. I have chosen to answer this question because even other readers are also benefited by my answer. My answer is, having served in government sector, you should be very much aware of the type of environment one can expect at a government agency. I am talking about how a silly complaint to the vigilance department can lead you in serious trouble and how easily the people in the vigilance department can file a case against you, because of which the very first thing that you come across is being barred from promotion till the time the government figures out if the complaint is legitimate or not, which can usually take years. With all due respect, do you still have anything to counter this? This was the question Mr. Manmohan Arora posed to me. My reply to Mr. Manmohan Arora is as follows. But before giving the actual reply, I want to quote an anecdote. Anecdote is Mr. Kasu Brahmananda Reddy, the then Chief Minister of AP in late 1960s, told that it is not enough if you are following all the traffic rules which you are on while you are on road. You must be vigilant to follow others and also watch as to who are all violating the rules of the road. This is because if the others on the road are committing any mistakes by violating the road rules, you would also get involved in the road accident because of others' mistakes, even though you are not making any mistakes by yourself. I was very young those days, but the fact that revealed by Mr. Kasu Brahmananda Reddy opened my eyes to the realities of the situation. Otherwise, I was thinking that it was enough if we are clean. But Mr. Kasu Brahmananda Reddy opened my eyes that it was not enough if we are clean. We would also ensure that nobody is dragging us into any controversial issues or nobody is throwing slur or mud at us. This is very essential in life to observe and also follow. This measure, elected by Mr. Kasu Brahmananda Reddy, has saved me in my later part of my life from one vigilance commission and from one CBI investigation. I came unscathed on both these two occasions. So you should avoid all possibilities of your image being or getting tarnished even by others. It is not enough that you should be honest and straightforward, but see that you don't walk into the traps being laid by others. So to tarnish your fair image, that is why it is said that Giving bribe is a crime and taking bribe is also a crime. Justice should not only be done, but justice should appear to have been done. Never give any scope for others to think that you are partisan or biased in your dealings. For somebody to institute any inquiry on you, it need not be in the government service as an employee. Even your next door neighbor can give you a complaint on you based on mere suspicion or to implicate you in some frivolous case. So you must be vigilant not only in the government service but even in personal and private life in general. However, Vigilance Commission will not book any case on anybody unless there is prima facie evidence. If there is prima facie evidence, you can't do anything. You should therefore see that such situations do not arise. The other benefits of a government job are summarized in one of my earlier answers at the end of the below link, which is appended below. Please browse and read the same. Note, for other benefits of officers in central government, see the following. All officers and their dependents are entitled for LTC, that is leave travel concession, to hometown once every 2 years and to anywhere in India once in 4 years by train in AC 3-tier or 2-tier. Second point, all officers are entitled for two-wheeler, four-wheeler loan at subsidized rates of interest and recoverable in easy monthly installments. Next point, all officers are eligible. When I say officers, both gazetted officers as well as non-gazetted officers. All officers are eligible to avail HBA, that is house building advance, for purchase of plot, purchase of flat, ready-built house, or construction of own house anywhere in India, including your own village. Officers are eligible to take loan for purchase of computer, laptop. All officers are assured of minimum promotions under ACP, that is, Assured Career Progression. Next point, officers who are interested to enhance their educational qualifications are given 2 years of study leave subject to eligibility and paid salary basis. Next point, all officers are given 30 days of earned leave per annum, which can be accumulated up to 300 days. Next point, leave encashment to the extent of 10 months salary is permitted on superannuation. Next point, half-pay leave, that is HPL, at the rate of 20 days per annum, and full pay leave at the rate of 10 days per annum is granted on medical ground. This leave can be accumulated in one's career without limit. Next point, maternity leave. Paternity leave is also given based on eligibility and up to 6 months, each up to 2 children. Next point, pay and allowances are revised once in 10 years based on the recommendations of the Central Pay Commission, that is CPCs, appointed for the purpose by the Government of India from time to time. Next point, children of employee officers are allowed to study in Kendriya Vidyalayas, that is KVs, run by CBSE, that is Central Board of Secondary Education, New Delhi, as per the syllabus and textbooks prescribed by NCERT, that is National Council for Educational Research and Training, New Delhi. Next point, all employees' children are eligible for children educational allowance as per norms. Next point, there are so many other special allowances given based on eligibility and expediency. For example, for armed forces, there are so many special privileges and allowances given. That is why armed forces people, they adhere to the service and serve the motherland, because they are working in very arduous conditions. So depending on the arduous conditions, they are given extra privileges which are not given to other civilian employees. Now, next question is, somebody is asking, what would be the salary of an IAS officer after 7th Pay Commission? Now, my answer is, nature of Group A services, whether it is IAS, IFS, IRS, IES, IOFS, are all Group A services in the central government, that is Class 1 Gazetted Officer service. They are all paid from the taxpayers' money and Consolidated Fund of India. They're all governed by the same CCA rule, leave rules, pension rules, etc. They all discharge their duties in the name of President of India for and on behalf of President of India. However, duties differ based on department, place of posting, and exigencies of service. Everybody is working in the service of the nation. Why then this craze only for some services means due to individual tastes and likings? That's all. All Group A services will get the same salary per month. For example, in scientific services, Senior Scientific Officer Grade 2, or these days it is being called a Scientist B. It is a Class 1 Gazetted Officer's post. It is equivalent to your IAS, IFS, IPS, etc. They will get same allowances, not even a penny less. Please remember this. Now, salary structure of Group A services. I am going to explain this to you. Number 1 point, the Group A officers fall in the pay band 3, that is PB3 of the 7th CPC, that is Central Pay Commission. And PB3 starts from rupees 15,600 to 39,100. That means Group A officers would all get a starting basic pay of 15,600. In addition, these officers will also get a grade pay of rupees 5,400, which is added to basic pay for the purpose of calculating all entitled allowances of these officers. So the total basic pay of all Group A officers is 21,000. Next point, they are entitled for DA of 125% with effect from 1/7/2016, corresponding to the 12 monthly average rise in cost of living up to the end of June 2016 as per 7th CPC, Central Pay Commission. This works out to 125% basic pay plus grade pay, that is 21,000 into 125%, that is equal to 26,250 per month. Therefore, DA is 26,250 rupees. Next point, they are also entitled for a traveling allowance of rupees 3,000 plus 3,000 into 125% DA rate, that is 7,200 per month. In metro cities, they are all entitled for HRA of 30% on basic pay plus grade pay, that is BP plus GP, if government accommodation is not provided. That amounts to HRA is equal to 6,300 rupees. Next point, gross salary of all the 4 columns work out to 21,000 plus 26,250 plus 7,200 plus 6,300 is equal to 59,750 per month. Next point, they and their dependent family members are all eligible for free medical facilities. For this, a central government health scheme, CGHS, is in operation, and the nominal amount of rupees 500 per month is being deducted as per 6th CPC. The exact monthly amount of deduction is not yet finalized. There is a PGEIS, Central Government Employees Group Insurance Scheme, which is in operation, and this allows a deduction of a premium of 1,500 per month and entitles the officers' families to get an insurance compensation of 50 lakhs, rupees 50 lakhs, in case of any eventuality. So, on your in addition, they, that is the office employing the officers, deduct 10% towards NPS, that is National Pension Scheme, which will work for the pension of the officers on retirement or superannuation. Every officer is given 4 options to invest this NPS amount. You can choose any one option among the 4 yourself. If you are not opting yourself, they will invest in a common option called default option for all employees. They will do this after adding another matching contribution at the rate of 10% from government side. That means rupees 5,975 from your salary and another 5,975 per month from government side. Total rupees 11,950 per month will be invested in your name towards your pension after retirement. That is NPS. This NPS amount at the rate of 11,950 per month at an assumed minimum interest rate of 8% per annum compound interest in 30 years will become rupees 1.69 crore, which can be used as a corpus fund post-retirement. I am adding a note here. Please note that the interest officers earn NPS is generally more than 8% assumed here. Depending on the option the officers select, the earned interest could easily be in excess of 10% for all four options of NPS, but I have given only a nominal 8%. So this will leave you with a take-home salary of rupees 51,775 per month. That is 59,750 minus 500. So minus another 5,975. That is equal to 51,775 per month. Next point, on your gross monthly salary of 59,750 into 12 months is equivalent to 71,700 per annum. Income tax is payable as follows. Up to 2,50,000 nil tax, from 2,50,000 1 to 5 lakhs 10% tax, from 5 lakhs 1 to 10 lakhs 20% tax, educational cess at the rate of 3% and income tax. However, you can save up to 2 lakhs per annum, which is exempted from income tax as per the following norms. Up to 1,50,000 per annum under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act 1961. This you can save in 5-year RDs, 5-year FDs, LIC premium, GPF, PPF, or GLSS, etc. Up to 50,000 in NPS, total savings limit under Section C and NPS together is 2 lakhs per annum. So you can donate in charity and get another further reduction from income tax over and above rupees 2 lakhs per annum shown in column 11 above from income tax in recognized instruments of charity as follows. Up to 50,000 of donations subject to a maximum of 10,000 per annum under Section 80G in any recognized trust, up to rupees 100% without limit in any national calamity or natural calamities, or for PM or CM relief fund per annum under Section 80G. After all the deductions, income tax of rupees 3,300 per month becomes leviable and the salary of all fresh Group A officers. Take home monthly salary of Group A officer after all deductions is 48,475 per month. That is 5,81,700 per annum. So see, all these figures I gave some time back when I wrote, but they can be revised as applicable to today. So you would excuse me on that. So these were written sometime in 2019. So these are applicable as per that date. Now, for other benefits of officers in central government, see the following. All officers and their dependents are entitled for LTC, leave travel concession, to hometown once in every 2 years, and to anywhere in India once in 4 years by train, in AC or 2-tier AC. All officers are entitled for two-wheeler or four-wheeler loan at subsidized rates of interest and recoverable in easy monthly installments. All officers are eligible to avail HPA house building advance for purchase of plot, purchase of flat, ready-built house, construction of own house anywhere in India, including your own village. All officers are eligible to take loan for purchase of computer, laptop. All officers are issued of minimum promotions under ACP, Assured Career Progression. All officers who are interested to enhance their educational qualifications are given 2 years of study leave subject to eligibility and paid salary basis. All officers are given 30 days earned leave per annum, which can be accumulated up to 300 days. Leave encashment to the extent of 10 months' salary is permitted on superannuation. Half-pay leave, that is HPL, at the rate of 20 days per annum, and full-pay leave at the rate of 10 days per annum is granted on medical grounds. This leave can be accumulated in one's career without limit. Maternity leave or paternity leave is also given based on eligibility and up to 6 months each, up to 2 children. Pay and allowances are revised once in every 10 years based on the recommendations of the Central Pay Commission appointed for the purpose by the Government of India from time to time. Children of employee officers are allowed to study in Kendriya Vidyalayas run by CBSE, Central Board of Secondary Education, New Delhi, as per the syllabus and textbook prescribed by NCERT, that is National Council for Educational Research and Training, New Delhi. All employees' children are eligible for children's education allowance as per norm. There are so many other special allowances given based on eligibility and expediency. IES, Indian Engineering Services, are as good as IAS, IFS, IOFS services. But pomp and show is not much in IES as in IAS and ICS. For people who want to do a cool job with good and assured career and growth, IES is a very good service. UPSC has released at the IES 2017 advertisement for recruitment for 440 vacancies of engineers in all branches of engineering. Last date for applying is 26 October 2016. Apply online immediately by consulting the following site: www.upsc.gov.in. Now, the following additional information is being provided for the benefit of IAS aspirants. Usha Ashwa, BTech from MIT University. He says all officer salary scales are the same as that of other All India services, civil services, according to pay and allowances policies in the organization. This is how the total emolument may vary. Other benefits and privileges. He says Indian Engineering Services officers among the top recipients of good deal of privileges and allowances. Senior officers who take up responsibilities like heading a public sector corporation get the treatment of a prince in the township. At a very young age, they reach a very senior position and many high-ranking officers report to them. See below a list of allowances and privileges available for IES officers, that is Indian Engineering Service officers. Residential quarters type 4 to type 8 or HRA, official vehicle, dearness allowance, CGHS medical facility, leave travel allowance, tour allowance, gratuity, provident fund, where ID applicable, leave encashment, personal assistant, driver, PIN, domestic servant, etc. Now, another, Mr. Piyush Jain, senior section engineer at Indian Railways, is reporting that IAS officers in railways are appointed in Group A with starting grade pay of 5,400, pay band 3 with basic pay of 56,100, same as that of any class A officer like IAS, IPS, IRS. However, apart from that, they get many allowances, so their gross salary, including all allowances, will be 70,000 at the time of posting. Now, another Prashant Kumar, he is reporting 60,000 for first 2 years. It increases with time. Best is civil department. All other totally dry, zero corruption, at least during first 8 to 10 years. Don't expect something like IAS, IPS, etc. Here you will be limited to just railway. Outside, no one will recognize you. Now here some people raised some questions. What is the salary of an IES, Indian Engineering Service Officer, and a training period and after the training period? This is Subodh Kumar. He was selected in Indian Engineering Service 2013 and he is currently working. So clarification regarding IES, first and foremost contentious issue is that IES does not stand for Indian Engineering Services, rather it stands for Indian Economic Services. IES is used by the selected. Is there an IES officer? If so, would you like to share your overall work experience serving there in this role? So for this, Aditi Saini, who is working in Indian Railways, responded. So I have been asked this question again and again, and I am again, overall work experience is good. At least it looks good to me. How powerful is an IAS officer? So one Mr. Sagar Kumar Jha, All India rank 135 in 2016, Assistant Section Officer at Central Secretariat. He is answering this. My brother-in-law is an IAS officer of 2011 batch. I have lots of insights into the pros and cons of the services. Pros, on travel, they receive first-class accommodation in railways. Now, what are the various posts in Indian Railways and salary? Mr. Mukesh Kumar is reporting railway services classified as follows. Gazetted 1. Railway Services Group A, 2. Railway Services Group B. How does a bungalow of an IAS officer in railway look like? Atul Besra, who is working in Indian Railways, he says, it looks similar to the bungalows of any other railway officer, whether they are recruited through IES or through CSC or whatever. Bungalows are available only in the old railway settlement. Somebody is saying, what is the in-hand salary of an IES officer posted in the Indian Railways? Now, Prabhat Shukla of IRSME 2010 batch, he is reporting, as per the 6th pay commission, your starting salary will be 15,600 plus 5,400, that is equal to 21,000. And few allowances like transport, DA and others, which will make your salary to 50,000 approximately. This is the gross salary. Now, what are the facilities and the salary of an IAS officer in railways? Mr. Chandra Prasad, founder and teacher at Excel Academy, is answering this question. I have found a very good blog written specially for IAS railways. You can go through it. My IAS journey facilities, railway benefits, my IAS journey. I have added this extra information so that you will get a consolidated information about the Indian Engineering Services. Now another person by name Mr. Sanjay Dutt, who has raised government is mulling to do away with Central Pay Commission. No 8th Pay Commission, government mulling not to form Pay Commission for salary hike post 7th CPC. This is the report from him. After the implementation of the 7th Pay Commission, the government may not form any Pay Commission to revise salaries and allowances of central government employees and their pensioners, while the central government employees have begun contemplating whether the 8th Central Pay Commission bring them more relief. The government is mulling not to form any Central Pay Commission for increasing salaries and allowances. The 7th Pay Commission also recommended that the government should review the salary of central government employees every year rather than forming new Pay Commission after the long period of 10 years. Now, a finance ministry official while speaking to the Sun Times said the government may not form any new Pay Commission in future for increasing salaries of central government employees. This comes after the cabinet gave its approval on the recommendation of the 7th Pay Commission and higher allowances. After the delay for a year, the government is going to take a policy decision in this regard, the finance ministry official was quoted as saying. Now, minimum HRA hiked from 2,100 to 5,400. Central government employees to get higher allowances in July salary. And 7th Pay Commission latest news is Tamil Nadu freezes DA till 2021, suspends land leave of its employees for 1 year. Now, for all these queries raised by various people, I am giving the answer below. I have gone through the contents of the above links provided by all the other questioners. Government mulling not to form pay commission for salary hike. The sum and substance of the above link is as follows. 10 years between the successive pay commissions for the central government employees is too long a period to review and recommend enhancement of the pay and allowances for the central government employees, felt the chairman of the 7th Central Pay Commission. Instead, the government should review the salaries based on the DA compensation once in every year and keep revision of the pay scales more frequently than the 10-year period being followed now. The government is in agreement with the recommendation of the 7th CPC, and hence the benefits of the pay revision would be available more often than the 10-year interval being followed now. Hence, this new thinking of the government of India would benefit the central government employees more often than the 10-year intervals of the successive pay commission being appointed earlier than the last 70 years. Also, salaries for the central government employees would be even much better in future than at present through the appointment of the successive central pay commission. So, to sticking to the central government is more strongly recommended. This is what is my recommendation. So, I am giving below a note on the NPS. Further, just before the announcement of the general election of 2019, the present PM announced that the NPS contribution from government will be 14% per annum instead of the earlier 10% per month. So the retirement corpus fund would be much fatter than at present under the 7th CPC. From where does the higher interest in NPS would come from? Is the investment in NPS safe and secure? These are the questions being raised by employees. Now, my answer is, you may wonder from where the higher interests are accruing to the NPS corpus. This is possible by making the investment share market. Please listen from here onwards very carefully. Equity investment can grow many-fold over a span of time, though nobody can give you a fixed guarantee on that count. However, it is reasonable to assume good growth of NPS over a long period of 30 years of investment in security market, that is share market. Safety of NPS through SEBI regulation. Just as RBI, Reserve Bank of India, controls all the scheduled banks in India, there is complete control for Government of India over share markets through a governing body called SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. Because of the safety provisions being provided by the SEBI and Government of India, many FIIs, foreign institutional investors, come from USA and other European countries and invest their money in Indian share market to an extent of many billions of dollars every year. Browse through the following link for further details regarding the crores of money being invested by FIIs in the Indian share market. Number one, FII and DII trading activity in cash, futures and options, mutual fund, SEBI, and FII, SEBI daily trends stocks data. Do you think foreigners will invest in Indian share market so much amount if they don't have confidence in our share market? So think over. How much interest is possible in share market? This is the next question many people have in their minds. My answer is, you can imagine this from the simple fact that the Sensex, the performance measure index of the share market in 1979-80, which was Sensex 100 points, rose to 29,443, that is approximately 29,500 as at the end of 4th March 2017. This increase in Sensex is given you a yield of 29,500 minus 100 by 36. That is 29,400 by 36. That is 816.67% per annum. Or the corpus of rupees 100 invested in share market in 1980 has grown to rupees 29,500 as on 14th March 2017. That is over a span of 36 years. From 1980 to 2016, that is 36 years, at an annual rate of 8.167 times. That is, your investment of rupees 100 became or got multiplied 8.167 times every year. The normal interest one gets in bank on investment is 8% per annum, whereas in the share market, the return as per Sensex in 36 years is 816.7% per annum, which is 100 times more than the bank interest rate. The question is, which investment gives you this much return? How to calculate your own investment details in NPS? You install NPS app from Google Play Store, feed your data at minimum of basic pay, that is 18,000, and maximum of basic pay, that is 2,50,000 per month as per 7th CPC. Calculate the corpus for 30 years of service at the rate of 8%, 12.4%, 13.5%, 13.9%. These are the interests achieved per annum by the PFRDA in the preceding years. And so see for yourself the corpus that works out after 30 years of your service in the government. I will do it and post it here when I get time. That was the promise I made at that time. Now, tell me whether the old pension is better or new NPS is better. Now, accordingly, on 25th March 2017, I gave my revised reply. I am giving below a simple calculation about the NPS amount that accrues in the account of the employees who enters at the age of 30 years and retires at the age of 60 years, making a monthly contribution of 10% from each side, and the employer, central government, is making an equivalent contribution of 10%, the lowest basic pay of 18,000 per month for Group D employees, and the highest basic pay of 2,60,000 per month for Group A employees as per 7th Pay Commission. Salary is effective from 1st April 2017. So calculation of NPS corpus for Group D employees, I am giving below. Assumptions: age of entry 30 years, age of retirement 60 years, date of joining NPS March 2017, date of retirement March 2047, self-contribution 6,48,000, Group D employees at the rate of 18,000 per month into 12 into 30, that is 6,48,000. Employer contribution, similar amount, 6,48,000. Interest amount after 30 years, 38 lakhs 9,905 at the rate of 8% per annum, 98 lakhs 7,233 at the rate of 12% per annum, 1 crore 22 lakhs 62,103 at the rate of 13% per annum, and 1 crore 52 lakhs 86,036 rupees at the rate of 14% per annum. Now, these are the interests which are actually achieved by PFRDA. I have not assumed anything. These are actual figures in the preceding 4 years. So retirement amounts on maturity date for Group D employees is this is obtained by adding self-contribution plus employer contribution plus interest at the end of 30 years as shown below. That is 51 lakhs 5,905 minimum for Group D employees at the rate of 8% per annum, 1 crore 11 lakhs 3,237 at 12% per annum, 1,35,58,103 at 13% per annum, and 1,65,82,032 rupees at 14% per annum, maximum for Group D employees at 14% per annum. Now, I am giving a note below. Add to this your annual salary incremental increase in contribution at the rate of 3% per annum, increasing in geometric progression, plus interest and increase the annual contribution, plus saving in income tax on account of NPS every year. Further add your 6-monthly increase in DA, which is granted by the government from time to time, compensate your cost of living index, which is counted as per your basic pay for the purpose of salary deduction. The total of all this will become the grand corpus at the end of your retirement for Group D employees. Now, calculation of NPS corpus for Group A employees is self-contribution rupees 25,000 per month into 12 into 30, that is 90 lakhs. Group A employees. Employers' contribution is another 90 lakhs. Interest after 30 years is at 8% per annum. 5 crores 29 lakhs 15,343. This is the minimum interest for Group A employees. 13 crores 62 lakhs 11,588 at 12% per annum. 17 crores 3 lakhs 7,045 rupees at 13% per annum. 21 crores 23 lakhs 6,035 at the rate of 14% per annum. This is the maximum interest for Group A employees at 14% per annum. Retirement amount on maturity for Group A employees, as explained earlier, this is obtained by adding self-contribution plus employer's contribution plus interest after 30 years, as shown below. 7 crores 9 lakhs 15,343 at 8% per annum for Group A employees. 15 crores 42 lakhs 11,588 12% per annum. 18 crores 83 lakhs 7,045 at 13% per annum. 23 crores 6,095 at the rate of 14% per annum, maximum for Group A employees at 14% per annum. As explained in earlier case, add to this 20%, that is 10% self plus 10% employer's contribution. On account of your annual increment as additional contribution every year, plus income tax savings and interest on that to get your grand corpus amount. Now, based on the above details, every individual employee can calculate how much interest he or she would get in the corpus as pension in the NPS. So please don't take a hasty and nasty decision in simply opposing the NPS. NPS is better scheme than your old pension. I repeat, NPS is a better scheme than your old pension if you take an integral view of financial management. I wish wider counsels will prevail on all central government employees to help them take a good and intelligent decision to their own interests. Some people, I won't say they are deliberate, but due to lack of understanding, they are saying, and they are saying old pension is better, and they are opposing NPS, which is ridiculous. I have shown you by calculation. Please understand this. So my final note is, share market is not a gambling den, as many ignorant people think. It is a place where wealth can be created in the smallest time using one's investment intelligence. However, everybody is not a Warren Buffett or Rakesh Jindinwala to become successful in share market. That is why PFRDA is appointed by the central government to protect the hard-earned money of all central government employees. Now, there is an amendment made by me on 7th July 2019, based on the Finance Minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, has announced in the Union Budget presented to the Parliament on the 5th July 2019 that the government contribution to central government employees would be at the rate of 14% per month on the basic pay of the employees. That means she is increasing from 10% to 14% central government contribution. Further, the Finance Minister also declared that 60% being allowed to be withdrawn and retirement is tax-free. Who will give you, my dear? 60% money as tax-free. These two measures announced by the finance minister would enhance the corpus fund in NPS of the individual employees very substantially. The balance 40% would be kept in annuity to give the employees the monthly pensions after retirement. Now, I have given another edit on 17 July 2019, how to join NPS and scheme details. Now, browse through the following links for further details regarding the NPS scheme. Want money after retirement? This is how National Pension Scheme will help. So I think I will stop it here for today. My dear friends, many people without thinking, without going deep into the matter, they criticize any issue being made out by the government. Please don't oppose government just for the sake of opposition. No. If government is doing a wrong thing, opposition leaders have the right to question. In fact, democracy is the form of government which you can criticize. You can give your suggestions, but don't oppose simply for the sake of opposition. I want all the citizens, all the educated people to think. Don't simply go by, mob psychology. No, that is not correct. And in fact, I have taken pains to calculate all these things. I have not given anything of my own. They are all actual achieved by PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory Development Agency. That is the PFRDA prescribed by, there is an agency, a committee formed by the central government to protect people's hard-earned money. See, some people, they can give their options, but some people, they don't know what is share market, how to calculate. So they can simply closing their eyes, they can give. And even if you don't give also, they will take by default option, PFRDA. PFRDA itself has generated, as I said, 8% per annum, 12% per annum, 13% per annum, 14% per annum in the preceding 4 years to 2019. You can imagine. So this I am talking about 2017 share market, right? But today we are in 2026. Where is the share market index? It went up to 86,000. But because of war in West Asia, Gulf War, it came down to certain extent. Now I think it is hovering around 78,000 or something. So share market is not a gambling place. Please understand this. And in fact, I wondered, when we are keeping our money in the bank, they are giving us interest. From where are they giving this interest? I thought. But they are giving assured interest. See, some are giving 6%, some are giving 7%, some are giving. It is competition. I mean, survival of the fittest is the law of the nature. So some small banks, they give more interest. But if you are, more interested in only higher interest, they may deceive you also. Some bank get dissolved. So you have to use your own intelligence. So in the process, I found that all the banks, they are investing their money only in share market. Please understand this. But they're using their intelligence. For example, LIC, the so-called Life Insurance Corporation of India, it has built crores and crores of rupees out of the premiums we pay. They show Yogakshamam Vahamyam. They never look after your Yogam or Kshamam. You see? But they are making a lot of money. When LIC can make money, Why can't we? Use your brain. This is what I want to request you. Anyway, we will continue next week. So I will pray God and then close for today's discourse. Yadakshara parabhrishtam matra hinam cha yadbhavet tat sarvam kshamyatam deva paramesha namostute harihi om tat sat.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Anta baga chindandi. Everything is very good. Yeah.
Very good. So how is
Even
my explanation on money matters?
it is very good, sir. It's very good. Especially on the share market, whatever you said is very true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Using the
See,
intelligence.
some people, without understanding, they
Yes,
make half the cup some remarks.
yes,
See,
yes.
if the average depth is 5 feet, don't drown yourself. There may be a pit where it is 8
Correct,
feet and then you will be
correct,
drowned. But you
correct,
must
correct.
understand that.
Yes,
So,
yes.
share market is not a gambling done.
No, not at all.
But,
Not at all.
but, share market is a place where even angels fear to trade.
Yes, yes.
Without knowing anything, don't burn your hands in share market.
True,
Anyway, there are many options in share market also. There are mutual
correct,
funds. Different
correct.
mutual funds are there. So, in fact, when I went to America, of course, I visited America on 5 occasions. I used to wonder what made this country great. But I found that there is nothing, absolutely there is nothing better than what is there in India. I have traveled all over the America. My children, all my 3 children, they went to America. Even now, my 2 children are living in America. One child has come back, but he said, I am coming back for you only. But anyway, God is great. So, what I am saying is, what all appears, what all glitters is not gold. You see, America is looking like that. It is ruling for the last 200 years. It is ruling the world. But I should not say, but I will say that India will rule the world in future.
Yes, yes,
Yeah?
yes.
Please keep this sentence. I have uttered today. India will rule the world, but India will not, discriminate anybody. See, it is not in our blood.
Yes, yes.
We show compassion. We
Correct,
want
correct.
everybody. We want everybody to equally survive.
Yes, yes.
Whereas they want to show hegemony. They are great just because their skin is white. Anyway, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
We will call it a day.